caffè?
Spero di sì. Ormai ci avvelenano.
Okay, good evening. If you've got a question, if you could raise your hand, please, and we'll try and get around with the microphones as much as we can. Adrian, would you like to begin?
So overall, what was your take on a draw? Should you maybe with an advantage from tonight?
I think that we made a mistake in the first 20 minutes because my feeling was from the bench that we were playing only to manage the result for the 0-0. But we are not able to do it for characteristics. Then we started to play after 25 minutes and we played very well till the minute 85, I think. Very, very well, and in my opinion, we deserved to win for the number of the goal opportunities. We were for 70 minutes in full control of the match, I think. But they are really very dangerous because in counter-attack, if you give them spaces, they are really very dangerous. But I think that we deserve to win. 1-1 away is not so bad, but they are very dangerous at home, but unfortunately they are really very dangerous also away. I have seen all the matches in Europa League of Eintracht, and they are really very dangerous also away. So it depends on the second leg. We have to play in Stamford Bridge. We won the final, but we know very well that we have to play a very good match in the next week.
Ian and then Andy.
Maurizio, many Chelsea fans couldn't understand your decision to put Eden Hazard on the bench at the beginning of the match. What do you say to them? Do they need to believe in you perhaps a bit more?
Eden was on the bench because in the last period he played 10 matches in a row, and it's impossible to play for us. This match was the number 59, I think, and Hazard also played 8 matches in the national team. And for a player, it's impossible to play 70-75 matches in a season. And so sometimes Hazard, like all the other players, needs to rest, or not to rest, but not to play for 90 minutes. And this is the first reason. The second is that Eden usually is able to change the match from the bench. And so for me it was better to start with Willian and then to try in the last 30-35 minutes with Eden. But of course for Eden it's impossible to play 75-80 matches in a season.
Andy. Too long, thank you.
Hi Maurizio. In terms of you were saying that the Premier League is really finishing fourth is the priority, is what you want to do. That's what you want most, to finish fourth and get to the Champions League. In terms of preparation for that, how well has it gone for you tonight? Maybe in terms of Jorginho as well, he has finished with a bandage on his head, but has your squad come through okay?
But we have to play 5 matches in 2 weeks with the same level of importance. We don't know at the moment which is the right way, because we can get the champions by the Premier League or by the Europa League, but at the moment we don't know the right way, but we want both. At the moment we want both. We want the top 4 in Premier League, we want the final. But this time we don't want to play the final. We want to win the final. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because we have to play again in Premier League in 62 hours. And so it's not easy to recover, and especially in a very competitive championship like the Premier League, you risk to pay.
Adam.
Hi, Maurizio. Can you just tell us when you told Eden that he would not be playing and how he responded to that? Because I imagine
In the meeting before the match.
And how did he respond
like
to that?
all the other. Usually, I don't speak with the players that I want to put in the bench, and Eden for me is a player. Probably he is the best player, but he is a player. And so I have to do it. Otherwise, I have to speak to everyone for every match. And I have no time.
How did he respond? Because he's a big player. It was a big game. How was he happy to be on the bench?
In a normal way. He was in the dressing room, joking as usual, normal. But he knows the truth very well. He knows very well that sometimes he has to rest. For a player that has to play 70 matches in a season is normal. A normal reaction.
At the front here, this gentleman here.
Good evening, Mr. Sarri. Did you expect Eintracht Frankfurt like this at the beginning? Because your team seemed surprised, even impressed at the first 25 minutes.
We knew very well the opponents. As I said before, we have seen all the matches in Europa League, so we knew very well the characteristics of these opponents. I think that we made a mistake because my feeling, I don't know if I am right or not, but my feeling from the match was that we were trying to manage the result. And usually in this condition we went in trouble because for characteristics we are not able to do it. And so the difficulty was a mental difficulty, I think. We were not able to approach the match with the right mentality. Fortunately, after the goal, we started to play.
Okay, last two, Ian and then Andy to finish. Ian.
Just a two-parter, really. Could you just...
Only one, Andy.
Two halves, then. Firstly, could you just talk to us about how important Loftus-Cheek is becoming to you? Because he had a great game tonight, but just in terms of going forward, how important he's becoming for you as a player. And also, just curious, with all your defensive problems, if you can give us any update on David Luiz and a new contract, or your feelings on that, please.
Loftus, he's a very important player. He improved a lot during the season. When he is at the top, physically for us is a very important player. As you know, he's always in trouble with his back. It's not easy for him to have a training with consistency. But in this match was really fit. A very good match. Unfortunately, in the last 10 minutes, he had a cramp. And so he called me for a substitution. I don't remember the second part of the question, sorry. I don't know really. I know that he had a meeting 4 or 5 days ago, But then my mind was on this match, and I didn't ask him the result. I don't know. If you want, I can ask tomorrow, and then
ring me.
I can, yeah.
Okay, last question, Ian, and then we have to go.
Maurizio, do you now think that Chelsea are in the driving seat to get to the final? And what do you make of the other tie that has seen Arsenal beat Valencia 3-1? Do you think we're heading for an all-English final in Baku?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I want the final against every team. Arsenal, Valencia, for me is exactly the same. I want the final, and this time I don't want to play the final. I want to win, because I think that 3 months ago we went in trouble in a very difficult championship. It's not easy to react. We were able to react. And now in the last 10 days, 15 days of the season, we are fighting for the top 4. We are fighting for the final in Europa League. So I think that at the end of the season, we deserve a trophy.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening.